Welcome back to Network Africa. The use of virtual keyboard has advanced over the years to perform smarter tasks, such as making it difficult for malware to monitor the display and a mouse to obtain the data entered via the virtual keyboard, and in some cases to reduce the risk of keystroke logging, just to mention a few. And one young Nigerian, Adebumi Adeniran, has developed a keyboard to support and enable writing in at least 12 Nigerian languages. Her idea for the multilingual keyboard, NailLangs for short, was born out of her love for languages and her desire to prevent local Nigerian dialects from going extinct. She joins us now on the show to discuss more about her virtual keyboard application. Adebumi, it's great to be talking to you. I'm curious, 12 Nigerian languages, do you speak all 12 of them?
No, of course not. I only speak one, and English, of course. This is the second one.
So why the interest in creating a virtual keyboard for 12 Nigerian languages?
The reason for creating the keyboard actually came out of the desire to actually support our young adults in the UK who wanted to learn our languages. And the problem came because there was no keyboard to use. And we live in an age of technology where you have to use technology for everything. Everybody has a mobile phone at least. So with the mobile phones and the technology, it's like, oh, we also need to actually have our own keyboard where if you work in Lagos, you should be able to go to Abuja and do some work without having to be swapping from Yoruba to Hausa, from Hausa to English, back and forth. And that is the reason why with the creation of the Lang keyboard.
Well, I imagine that to use this keyboard, you should have some knowledge of the Nigerian language you hope to be communicating with. But how can your virtual keyboard help in reviving and preventing cultural extinction?
The way that I believe that the keyboard can actually help prevent it is we are in an age of technology, like I said. For people to be able to read and write the language, we have so many people that are able to speak the language. There are some that, and also in the schools where they are teaching them, they need the computer to be able to type the words now because not so many people are writing there, using their hands to write most things these days. So with the keyboard, everybody should be able to, whether you have an app or you have a mobile phone or a desktop, you should be able to actually use it to read, to write it. And the essence of writing is to make sure that you are communicating the right words to, and people can understand what you're writing. Because sometimes you see a name on the screen, you are not sure whether this means this or whether it means something completely different. So with the keyboard, everybody should be able to actually read and understand what is being written correctly to them, as we do with the English language. We should also be able to do that with all our languages.
Will it also help people learn a new Nigerian language, perhaps somebody who is a non-Nigerian?
Exactly, to actually help them to learn the language, because at the moment when somebody comes, they see EPE, and when they see EPE, they think it's if, but actually it's epe. So in order for you to actually let them know, by the time they're learning the alphabet, that the E with the dot at the bottom in our language is called E, and the Igbo person should be able to say the I with the dot at the bottom, this is the way it's pronounced, or the D with a little twist, this is the way it's pronounced in Hausa or Fulani. Then people will be able to understand, because everybody, really, the whole world is a community now, and people want to learn about other people. But if we don't reach out to them with with our own alphabet and let them know that this is the way that our alphabet and our own words are written, then they are not going to be able to learn it the way they should. Because when you are able to read a language or anything, you're learning from that thing. So with our language, when they learn it, they hear what is being said, they learn about the tone, and then they'll be able to blend in. And when you look at it now, there's so many foreigners, whites, all over the world that are learning Yoruba language, they're learning Hausa, they're learning Igbo, and Kanuri, and so many of our languages. The keyboard will be able to actually help anybody to teach them that when you are passing the word across, they're able to understand what is being written.
Is it available in Nigeria? Because in this country, there's still some people who don't speak any local languages.
It is available. You can get the app on our website, which is nylands.com. And or you can also you can get it from Google Play. You can get it from iTunes. Those are the three major places that you're going to get it. And it's available for mobile phones, for your tablet, or for iPads, desktop, any of those devices. It's available.
So how are you making money from this? Because I'm sure it's not just the passion that drives you. I mean, you must have a business plan for this app.
There is a business plan, but the business plan will not succeed without getting out or the message across to people. Today I met a lady who, she said while she was typing in her language to another person who understands the language, the phone changed the word for her from what she meant, lie to lane. And so they were playing with each other that, oh, how come you wrote lane? And it's the keyboard that changed it. With our own keyboard, once they download it, it doesn't change what you're typing. So you're able to type your words correctly with the tone and everything. So it should be it's actually much easier to do. The only thing we need is the patience to get used to it, to say, okay, this is it, and to go back, because so many of us are forgetting the tone and the alphabet the way they are actually meant. And I'm sure that it's going to work for everybody in the long run.
You said something about understanding the tone. So will this keyboard also be a bit vocal? Could we hear the words as they're being typed and understand how how they should be pronounced?
At the moment, like you said, everything takes time and it takes money. At the moment, it's not able to do that. But we are hoping that once it is actually known and we are getting some feedback from purchases, then we'll be able to take it to the next level so that when people want to Google a particular word, what does this mean, they'll be able to hear it and then see the word the way they are written and everything like that.
Adebumi, I have to say this is quite an ingenious plan you have here. Good luck to you. I hope that Nyland does become, bigger as you have dreamed it, as big as you have dreamed it. Thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa.
Thank you.
And that's Network Africa today. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani.